Welcome back, folks, to another rebuild, and this time we are going to go over to France, and we're going to take on the challenge of Rennes. Rennes have not won Ligue 1 at all, I don't think. Correct me if I am wrong. I think their best and highest finish has been third. However, they have won 3 French Cups. The Coupe de France, I think it is. I think the last one being in 18-19 seasons. And we are here today over the next 5 seasons is try and win them another trophy, as in the French Cup. And also see if we can actually challenge for Ligue 1 with the likes of PSG, Monaco, Marseille, Lille, Lyon. We'll see what we can do. They're currently lying in 8th position, some way off leaders PSG. So we want to try and close that gap as well. And also close the gap on everybody else, which they don't seem to be that far behind, but about 11 points off from second place. It's still a lot of work to do this season, but we are here to do better than this and establish them as best of the rest, if not the best, and give them that first league title. Also, Rennes is known for their youth academy, bringing the likes of Ousmane Dembele, Brahimi, Eduardo Camavinga, lastly Mathis Tel as well. So some really good youth players coming out of their academy, and let's hopefully we can utilise some of these players as well. They're a club which enjoyed the best spell during the 2010s. The last competition win coming as recently as 2019. It was the French Cup, of course, and winning that on the 2 further occasions. Finishing runners up in that competition as well on 4 occasions, having won the French tier a few times as well. First rivals, Nantes, and they are predicted to finish 4th this season, so that's going to be quite handy for us. We have got a 12, nearly £30 million budget for this season as well, so we can add 2. And a fair bit of a wage budget as well. The favoured formation, we did use this formation with Sevilla in last week's rebuild, and to be honest, I'm not a fan of it, but it could work depending on the sort of players that we have got. We'll have to have a look. They wanted to develop players using the youth system, obviously with their renowned youth academy. Maintain the club's global reputation and work within the budget. Qualify for the Europa League. Become competitive in the Europa League. Reach the latter stages of the French Cup as well. And work towards developing the youth academy as well. Recognise it as the best of the rest. That's what we're planning on. And hopefully make that next step. And fingers crossed win the league at some point. We'll see what we can do. As always, we'll have a look at the finances. £38 million in the bank. That's not bad at all with the £12 million transfer budget as well. That's quite generous. That's like a third of the balance. So happy with that. We are at the top end of the wages budget as well. And have they got any debts? £85 million. Okay, paying 300 grand a month. Staffing, well, it's a lot to be desired, so we'll have to sort that out. And as expected, they have got excellent training facilities, youth facilities, and excellent academy coaching and recruitment. So this is their current squad. It looks very thin, it has to be said, with Martin Terrier straight off the bat. He's out to 3 to 4 months. Probably one of their better players. Any aging players? They've only got 2 over 30, so that's kind of handy. 2 goalkeepers, both in the prime. But Mandanda probably will need replacing. And Gallen, could we give him a go? Or I think first thing really would be to bring in a better goalkeeper, I think. Start from the back. But if we have a look at the better players, so Martin Terrier, like I said, best player. He's currently injured. We've got Ludovic Blas. A cam player, midfield player actually, probably more suited to midfield maybe. Looks pretty decent actually, 25 years old. Burig Jude, I think 29 years old, midfielder, right winger as well. That's going to be handy. I mean, I noticed on their best formation, they haven't got any wingers. Is that a mistake possibly? He looks reasonably quick and he can cross and dribble, so maybe we stick him out on the wing maybe. Amin Guri. Left winger and also can play up front as well. He's got very good finishing actually, and he's quick as well. Determination and flair. Probably best out on the wing maybe. Arthur Teat, defender, 23 years old. Again, another player with good potential as well. Very young. Probably one of our better centre backs. It's a reasonably young side actually. It's Santa Maria. 28-year-old midfielder or DM. Maybe we try midfielders instead of DMs this time round, possibly. But again, pretty decent. Fabian Ryder, 21 years old, midfield cam. Oodles of potential. I wonder if we build our team around this young lad as well. We got Seydou as well, 23 years old, right back, centre back. Can play either. Again, quick. That's going to be handy. Can't cross or dribble, but he can mark. Can he tackle? He can indeed, actually, in good positioning as well. Let's have a look at some high potential players, which seems to be quite a lot of them. Lambord, 17 years old, lots of potential. Right winger, can be up top as well. Can play either side, actually. He's only 17 years old. Genuel Belexian, do apologise for the butchering of the name. 18 years old defender, can play left back. DM as well. Again, another good prospect. Desiree Du, midfielder, cam. Again, a lot of potential. There's a lot of cam players here, I feel. Trufford, midfield left, or defender left, actually. Actually, we have found our left back. 21-year-old Trufford. Excellent stuff. Kellen Muendo, 21 years old, strike. We may have found our striker as well. Guri and Terreira can play there as well, but I'd like to give this young lad a go. He's got very good finishing and pace and acceleration. Looks pretty decent. 7 goals last season when he got signed from PSG for £17 million. Let's use him. So we've got a little bit of work to do. Let's sort out a formation. Let's see if there's any gaps and we can bring a couple of more players in. And speaking of players in, have they got any transfers that they've already made? They did spend £68 million though. Ludovic Blas Fee. I didn't notice him though. He's in the first team. Again, midfield. Oodles of midfielders. Seydou, 9.5 million. Matsua, a DM. That could come handy. Yildirim, another striker. Again, potential, 20 years old. And Fabian Ryder. Yeah, we've got a lot of young talent here. And they did get rid of a lot of people, namely Doku to Man City and Major to Wolfsburg as well. So like I said, let's go and sort out a formation, bring in any more players that we need to, and we'll be straight back. So with the transfer budget as it was, we didn't really spend that much of it, to be honest. We tried to offload a couple of goalkeepers that were sitting in the reserves actually into the 30s, so we tried to offload them. The contracts expire soon and it just didn't happen. We bring in one goalkeeper though, Juan Soriano, £2 million from Tenerife. I think personally he's better than Mandanda, and he's for the time being going to be our #1 goalkeeper. We tried to get Restes. I think they wanted £20 million and we just didn't have that money. So he's a goalkeeper I will be keeping an eye on. So if we do manage to up the transfer kitty, he will be first on the list to get. But other than that, I didn't think we needed any more outfield players because we've got quite a lot of young players, and in order to give them some game time, there was no point bringing anybody in, and I think they've got a reasonably solid side anyway. So just £2 million spent for Soriano. It looks pretty good. Reflexes really good. Determination, physicals aren't too bad. But other than that, it looks pretty solid for a goalkeeper. We are using a 4-2-3-1, but we are using 2 midfielders rather than DMs. I don't think we have really got that greater DMs, and midfielders just seem to be a little bit better. Ryder, he's going to come in, and we're going to try and build a team around him. He's got amples of potential sitting in the midfield. DLP, I think he's going to be playing as. It just looks incredible. Seydou, we're going to stick on the right hand side because every time we pick a best 11, he comes into the centre. So we're sticking him on the right back role. Very quick. Crossings a lot to be desired, but Matsuwaswa, he can play there as well. So if one gets injured, the other one can step in. And obviously Soriano is going to be in goal. Everything's gone okay. We started the league campaign against Metz, which we beat 4-0. 1-1 against Lens. Havre, we win 2-0 and draw 0-0 with Brest. So we've only conceded the 1 goal in the 3-4 games. 2 wins at home, 2 draws away. So that could be a common theme. So we'll see what happens there, which puts us nicely in 3rd position, which is quite good. We're off the pace already from PSG, who are 4 for 4. After beating, just beating everybody. We have drawn Dinamo, Bratislava and Astana in the Europa League, so I'm expecting us to get out of that group. So let's simulate our first season and see how we get on. We finished the first season in 4th place, which I'm pretty happy about, actually, to be honest. We beat Lyon, Marseille. We're well ahead of them. We finished behind Monaco, however, and Nice, but not by very much, though. 4 points from Monaco and 13 from Nice in second spot. We did lose 6 games. However, look at PSG. 32 wins, 1 loss. It was to Monaco and a draw to Marseille, not to us, unfortunately. But we did draw 9 games, but winning 19. That's not bad going in our first season. So pretty happy with that. It's a basis to build on. We are some way off PSG, though. If we have a look at our form, we did start quite well for the first couple of months, and then we just fall apart for the next few. PSG losing 3-0. It's a hefty defeat there. Strasbourg we lose, Nice and Monaco as well. But we do have a good solid win over Marseille and Lyon, though. They're pretty decent. Again, we go on another couple of unbeaten runs. PSG gets smashed 4-1. Wow. And then that spurs another undefeated run for a couple of months as well, with Lille, Marseille all draws. We did draw quite a few. If they were wins, might have been a different story and a little bit closer to PSG, but I'm pretty happy with that. And we did finish strongly as well. French Cup, we did get knocked out in the 10th round. We lost to Brest on penalties, and that was at home as well. So disappointing to miss out and not go any further than that. But the 9th round, we beat Stade Rennais 4-0. 8th round, did we play that? Did we not even enter the 8th round? Wow, okay. Looks like we didn't. So our second round then in the French Cup, very disappointing. It was Reims that won 5-1 in the end. So the semi-finals, did PSG get anywhere? They don't look like they got there. Didn't even get to the quarters or the 11th. Did they get knocked out in the 10th round as well? They did. Strasbourg 2-1. Okay, we lost like what PSG did, so I can't grumble too much, but it would have been a great opportunity to go and win that competition if we got any further. The Europa League, we got to the round of 16. We lost to Copenhagen 3-2, despite a 1-0 second leg win. Just wasn't enough to claw it back, though. But in the group stage, we did finish top of the group. 5 wins and a draw. We did draw with Bratislava, but we thrashed Astana 7-1 and 4-1. But we didn't go any further. So yeah, I'm disappointed we didn't go any further than that. The final was won by Liverpool against Sporting, so we probably wouldn't have got any further, to be honest. That is very disappointing, but yeah, things will change next season. I think we are in the Champions League next season as well, so I'm not sure whether they're the qualifiers, but we'll see. Squad-wise, which seems very, very small, 19-2 for our 22-year-old Kalimuendo. Not bad. 14-10 for Terrier. He did come back off his injury and did exceptionally well on that left-hand side, or did he play up front? Blas, 13-2, 12-9 for Beauregard as well, 12-8 for Gori, 4-5 there for Sado. We had him at right back, which I expected him to grow a little bit more than that. Santa Maria, 4-11, 15 assists for Ryder as well. In the was he in the cam or the midfield position? Not quite sure, but only 22 years old, a lot of room to grow. And our goalkeeper didn't do too bad actually, 39 conceded and 39 15 clean sheets. We've got a reasonably very young side. We just need a little bit of experience in there. But apart from that, I think striker-wise, we might be able to get a little bit more out of him, maybe. Gori did well as well. I'm not sure where he played, though, left wing. But I'm sure Terrier plays there as well, doesn't he? He does, but he can play cam position as well. We've got a reasonably really good side. We only have to strengthen a couple of places, maybe. And to do that, we've been given £9.5 million. Despite the fact we are in Europe, it doesn't seem an awful lot when you think we've got 55 in the bank. Starting with the outs, we do lose Benjamin Beauregard. He's gone to Valencia for £14.75 million, which added to our kitty. He's 30 years old and he did prevent some of the young ones coming through. So money was needed. He was unfortunately the sacrificial lamb. However, that did help us bring in Marco Conisecchi for £7.5 million from Atalanta. Goalkeeper looks pretty solid, and he's going to be our number one for the remainder of this rebuild. Also from Atalanta, £4.5 million, we're bringing Brandon Soppy, a right back. Not the best one currently, but I think he's with a lot of potential. He can grow into that position, and he's only 22 years old. And finally from AC Milan for £4.4 million, they had him on the transfer list, and we decided to bag him. 4.4 million, what a bargain. Alexis Sailmakers, he's doing wonders already, a goal and assist in his league games already, and I'm very, very happy with what we've captured really. Either a first team starter or definitely a backup for sure. We've locked in Soppy at right back, and Belassian, we've decided to bring him in and call him up to the first team. 19 years old, bags of potential, and he's worth £43 million. I couldn't really say no. He is 6 foot tall as well, and to be honest, his stats are okay. We've started okay in the league. We've beaten Marseille, Metz, we drew over Angers and Montpellier, but more importantly, we have landed ourselves in the Champions League phase after beating Fenerbahce 4-3 after a disappointing 3-0 loss at home. And then we beat Porto, playoff final, 4-1, and then we lost 4-3, so we win that 5-4 overall. We play Zvezda, Bodo, Glimt, Galatasaray, Inter Milan, Leverkusen, Getafe, Juventus and PSG. I'm hoping we can qualify before we reach the latter games. We are currently lying in 4th position, 2 wins, 2 draws, and PSG have lost a game already to Brest 2-1. Reims are 4 for 4 currently, so we're 4 points off them, but I think we can do slightly better than last season. So let's simulate our second season and see how we get on. Well, it's a massive improvement from last season. We finished in 2nd place and we're only 13 points behind PSG, which is quite incredible. And we scored 70 goals, not as much as Marseille, mind, but we didn't beat PSG though. That's the problem. But we did draw with them twice, so it's a massive improvement this time round. But we must have lost some silly games though. But a 2nd place finish, Champions League, probably straight through to the Champions League this time and not play qualifiers possibly. So we still have a few hiccups though in the league. Draws and losses disrupting our winning streaks. We lost to Lille and Saint Etienne as well, either side of the PSG draw. Strasbourg we lose to again. We do have a very good finish to the season last couple of months though, which is pretty good, and we have put away a few goals like Reims 5-3. I think they were top of the table at the beginning, weren't they? Saint Etienne we beat 5-0. Which is great. Lille draw. I mean, some pretty good scores in there. Marseille we keep losing to. We can't seem to beat them for some bizarre reason. But I think overall another very successful season. Champions League, we get knocked out by Liverpool in the round of 16. And we not only just get beat, we get absolutely hammered 5-1 over the 2 legs. The league phase, we did qualify in 21st spot though. We've had to do it the hard way, but we did beat Juventus, Zvezda and Bodo Glimt as well. So they're pretty good results. We did draw with Inter, which is another good result, but we did lose to PSG, Getafe, Leverkusen and Galatasaray. We only lost by the 1 goal though. We did concede 14 and scored 20 though. That's not bad considering we lost 4 games. Liverpool, PSG top the group. Playoff round, we played Leverkusen. We beat them 6-3 over the 2 legs, thanks to a 2nd leg victory 4-3. So I'm quite happy with that as well. So we beat Leverkusen when it mattered, and the final was well, it's taken place by Liverpool and Barcelona. And in the French Cup we got all the way to the semi-final, losing to Marseille 3-0, and PSG winning their semi-final, and it's Marseille that take it. Wow, PSG do not do the domestic double. Squad-wise, it looks far, far better now. And see how they've done. Terrier, 24 and 10. Absolute phenomenal at 28 years old. Guri, up top, 16 and 9. He's delighted, but I'd like to see a few more goals on that. Blas as well, 14 and 10. 12 and 11 for Reader. 12 and 5 for Abline, who's out on loan. Calumuendo. 11 in 13 stars. That's not bad going either. 11 assists for Soppy, which isn't too bad. And Belassian, he did score 2 goals. And he's looking pretty good now as well. Only 20 years old. So maybe we give him another season, see if he does grow. He is worth quite a bit of money now though as well. A goalkeeper though. Kanisechi, yeah, 73 goals. conceded into 53. I'd expect to see a lot better. So for next season then, what have they given us? I'm hoping it's a big increase. It is £26 million to spend. We've got nearly 100 million in the bank and nearly £200,000 a week in wages as well. But I'm going to be a little bit greedy, and they want us to do it next season's budget. Well, we'll try that as well, because technically we are still in this season, not next season. So maybe they might increase that a little bit more as well. So not much from the transfers out, really, just a few fringe players leaving the club. However, it did bolster our kitty by a couple of million, but not too much. But we managed to bring in Martin Vitic, centre-back from Sparta Prague, for £12.5 million to sit at the back. He looks really, really good. Physicals look phenomenal. 6'4", jumping reach is fantastic. Heading pretty good as well, actually. I challenge you forwards to get past him any which way you can. And he's very, very quick as well. It's very hard to find somebody that tall and quick at the same time. So really pleased to bag this one. From Monaco for £13.5 million, we're bringing Mohamed Kamara to play as a DM, really. He can play in midfield, but we're choosing to stick with one DM at least anyway. Taking a player off our rivals surely should help us. This season, we're going to stick with Belassian, but he's going to be playing on the right-hand side this time. He's still got bags of potential. I just want to see how well he does. Give him another season. And then we're bringing in Lambord. He's 19 years old. A striker, can play on the wings. Finishing is pretty good. His pace and acceleration isn't too bad either. And overall, for 19 years old, not bad. Again, very high potential and worth a lot of money. So it would be in our best interest. Even if it doesn't work out, we can get him out there. We'll see who comes hunting for him. But other than that, the formation is as it was before. And despite a couple of losses in the friendlies to Chelsea and Millwall, then we started our campaign in the French League and we beat Auxerre 5-1, 2-0 against Angers. Monaco we drew 2-2, which wasn't too bad. And Lyon, we beat 1-0 away from home. So really, really chuffed with that. The Champions League, we've been drawn against Atletico Madrid, Shakhtar, Dortmund, Arsenal, Rangers, Club Brugge, AC Milan, and we're lying second in the table where we finished last season with 2 points off PSG, who have started off very, very brightly this time and scoring loads of goals at the same time. So let's move into our third season. Let's simulate this and see if we can improve a little bit more on last season. Well, we've only gone and done it again. We finished in second spot, 14 points behind PSG this time. I think it's slightly more than last season, but we only lost 2 games, but we did draw 9, 7 more than PSG. Otherwise, it would have been a total different story. We only conceded 38 goals this season, but we scored 98. That's incredible. Who did we lose to? Lille and PSG. Again, the teams that we have to win if we're going to keep up with PSG. Did we beat PSG? No, we didn't. Nice and Lens beat them, but that's quite impressive though. So some of our scores, and so that early loss to PSG right at the beginning of the season, and then we have some very, very good results all along the way. We have a winning streak of about 7-9 games there, including 5-1 victory over Lille as well. Wow, that's a fantastic result. And a 4-2 win over Nice, 5-0 over Guingamp as well, 5-0 over Lyon. I mean, some really good results. 5-2, 4-1, and oh wow, look, a 7-1 victory over Angers right at the very end of the season. In fact, we scored 14 goals with 2 against in the last 3. Again, another decent showing in the league. Nice we draw and Lorient we draw, but we do lose to Lille there. Did we beat them 5-1 away from home and lose to them at home? And it's disappointing, but it's games like that we shouldn't be losing. But overall, 2 losses, I'd definitely take that. And wow, look at that. Let's go with the French Cup first. We win it. We have won the French Cup. Wow. We beat PSG 3-2. So we take an early lead as 3rd minute blast from the right hand side. That's brilliant stuff. And then do we come through? Do we take a 2-0 lead? We might well have done. And blast again. That is a superb goal. PSG do come back into it with a squeaky bum on the seats time. Who was it? Dembele. Lovely finish there. The goalkeeper just standing, but it's 2-1 at this point. 10 minutes to go. What a turn that is. And Blas. all the time in the world in the centre of that penalty box and smashes it in. And then a minute later, PSG do get a goal back to make it a little bit tight for us at the end. But that is a phenomenal feat for us. It's been a while since we've won it. And the quarterfinals of the Champions League, we get beat by Dortmund 6-2. 3-0 second leg victory there. Liverpool go through, beating Bayern Munich. Tottenham go through, beating AC Milan. And Real Madrid go through as well. Let's have a look at the league phase. Where did we finish? Well, we finished 15th. 4 wins. AC Milan, Club Brugge, Arsenal and Shakhtar only conceding 1 goal. And we drew with Villarreal, but we lost to Rangers, which I would have expected to win. And Dortmund again. Dortmund put us out and they beat us in the league phase as well. And Atletico Madrid. We only conceded 6 goals. Much, much better showing this time round. So we must have gone straight into the knockouts where we played Leverkusen. Seem to play them an awful lot in the competition. 3-1 victors. Manchester United go through over Inter. Round of 16, we play PSG and we knock them out 3-2. And United get knocked out by Liverpool 6-0. Wow, they just got thumped. But ourselves, we did knock out PSG. That is phenomenal. And then we lose out to Dortmund, unfortunately. But the final, Real Madrid beat Dortmund. So we almost lost to the eventual winners. Can't be too unhappy about it in the end. At least they got to the final. But that is a really, I think that's another successful season. It has to be. Squad-wise, let's have a look at the goals. Lambord, our 20-year-old striker. Has he gone up anything? I mean, some of his stats are going up. Maybe we have found our striker after all. We'll give him another season up front at least anyway, but 25 goals, 9 assists. Sales makers, 19 and 14, 18 and 17 for Blas. He's having a right blast there, isn't he? Ryder, 17 and 17, 15 and 13 for Terrier, 10 and 5 for Santa Maria. I mean, everybody has put a shift in. 14 assists for Truffert at left back. And our goalkeeper this time round has only conceded 50 and 51 with 17 clean sheets. That is phenomenal. That's much better. And our young defender Balasian, has he improved? I don't know if he has or not, you know. Let's have a quick look. Development progress. If we have a look at attributes, they have gone up. His stats have gone up though, it has to be said. So next season, we've won the French Cup now. We're getting further into the Champions League. And we're finishing second again. Are they putting their faith in us? Let's have a look. And £50 million. Wow. And wow, they've increased our wages budget by about £240,000 a week as well. That is superb. We'll definitely be able to bring in a couple of more strong players in now. Right, we've had somewhat of a little bit of a clear out just to up the money a little bit. We went below 50 million mainly because of the contracts that had to be renewed. Especially some of our high profile players, and we had to make sure we had the money to lock them in for a couple of more seasons at least anyway. So a few players have gone out on a free. We do lose to Pamplona for £900,000. I don't even know who this guy is. Doué, he's gone to Charleroi for 1.8. Payan's gone to Angers for 205,000. Matsuwasa, he's gone to Vigo for 2.8. And Enzo Lafay, he's gone to Southampton for 10.25. He wasn't getting any game time, bless him. We just can't fit him into the team. From Salzburg for £15 million, we're bringing Eduardo Guindo. Left back, 23 years old. He's got 39 caps for his country as well. And he looks pretty decent as well. There's not really much out there that want to come to the club. So we're having to take what's available. And even money doesn't talk. So we kind of struggled a little bit. But I think he'll do pretty well. We've got quite a few players that can play a left back position anyway. So, but I think he's our number one currently. From Atletico Madrid for £25 million, we go to the other side and we bring in a right back, Sale Kumbedi. Very quick physically, natural fitness. I mean, perfect for a complete wing back position. And all of his stats look really good. There's a lot of 15s in there, so we couldn't really say no. 25 million I thought was a bargain. He can still improve with a lot of potential. And finally from Dortmund for £11 million, we bring in Andy Diouf, a DM. Again, physicals look absolutely phenomenal. So him and Kamara are going to fight it out in that DM position. Tactically, we're going to go with this. We're going to move the camera player slightly to the right, I think, which I think Blas suits him quite well. And it just opens up a little little bit of a gap should Ryder, who's going to take that position, I'm guessing, will jump straight through. And so far so good. We have only lost the one game after the friendlies, and that was against PSG in the Trophy de Champs. We got hammered 4-0. So yeah, it's going to be quite tough to take the title off them, but we did start off pretty well in the league though. 5 wins from 5. Nice, Saint Etienne, Marseille, Toulouse and Lens. Champions League, we've been drawn with Man City, AC Milan, Panathinaikos, Cluj, Frankfurt, Bayern Munich, Arsenal and Real San Sebastian. That's going to be quite tough this season, I feel. And we can't even drop into the Europa League, which is even more disappointing. So we have got to get out of this group somehow. And we're top of the table, 5 for 5. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. Where is PSG? They've lost 2 games already, Nice and Auxerre. Okay, we've got a head start on them. 6 points. Can we keep it? So let's move into our 4th season and let's see what this season will bring. Well, would you just look at that? I am absolutely astonished. We have won Ligue 1, the Uber Eats League. We've won it. We've won it for the first time in our history. And if that doesn't deserve a like on the video, then I don't know what does. But if you do enjoy this result, then please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because there will be more videos like this where we will gain a few surprises on a couple of rebuilds that we will do. I'm in shock still though. We only lost 2 games, Metz and PSG. We did lose to PSG as well. Did we beat PSG? We did 2-1. And we maintained our points difference as well. 7 points in the end we win by. That is amazing. We don't score as many as them, but we do concede less. And we're on the same goal difference as well. So I have to be happy with that. I'm sure you fans will be happy with that as well. But that's brilliant. We do get Lambord on the top goal scorers though. 3rd place behind Mbappe and Brozier. Now Brozier I was looking at last season. See if we could pick him in, but his wage demands were just a little bit too high. Lambord also gets most assists, so he scores the most in our team and assists the most as well. He must have some pretty good stats this season. He also gets most man of the match awards as well, 8. Carnicetti, 11 clean sheets, which is brilliant. And T, well, he does get most yellow cards, but I don't care if we manage to keep the goals conceded down. So our league form, wow, look at that, 5, 8, 10 wins on the bounce, including Lyon, Brest, Strasbourg we beat as well, Marseille we beat earlier on, then we draw a couple, then go on another 4 wins on the bounce. Monaco, we had to win in order to stay ahead of PSG, just the odd draws now and again. We did lose to PSG in December though. Metz we lost, and then we went on another rampage, 9 games unbeaten, 9 wins on the bounce in fact, including Lyon, Bordeaux, Monaco and PSG towards the end of the season, and Marseille at the end. It could have gone very, very south the last 3 games because they are hard games. That is a well impressive season, it has to be said. Competitions, well, we know about the Trophy de Champs. That was right at the beginning of the season. We got to the quarterfinals of the French Cup, lost to PSG 4-2 overall. PSG went on to win that one against Lorient 3-0, and we got to the round of 16 being knocked out by Juventus in the Champions League 2-1. That second leg victory, 1-0 to the Juve though. But let's have a look at the rest of the game. So we did finish in 22nd place, 3 wins. Real San Sebastian, Cluj and Panathinaikos. We did draw with AC Milan, which isn't a bad result. We lost to Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Frankfurt and Man City. I'll take that. To qualify at least anyway. 10 goals, 14 against. But Arsenal, 8 for 8. Wow. Playoff round. We did play Leipzig. We beat them 6-4 over the 2 legs, 4-3 in the second leg. That's pretty good. And that's when we ended against Juve. So going on to the final, who won it? It was Real Madrid over Barcelona. So where did Arsenal go out then? They got as far as the semi-finals then, losing to Real Madrid. They actually got spanked 7-2 over the 2 legs. Squad-wise, I want to have a look at Lambord. How's he doing though? He looks really, really good now. 21 years old, is he? Oh, he's wanted as well by Chelsea too. But how is he doing? I mean, he's contracted to us to 2030, but £90 million he's worth. They come in for about 100 million, then yeah, okay. He looks really good now, doesn't he, from when we picked him up, or when we dropped him in from the youth team. But let's have a quick look at his progress anyway, because I've got a feeling he could be picked up this summer. So if we have a look at attributes, and we go all time. Wow, look at that. Everything's gone up. Long shots and marking's gone up by 3. There's a lot of 3s in there. 1-4 composure. Must be in front of goal, hence why he's scoring quite a few goals. A 4 vision as well. I mean, he's finishing 15. I mean, it looks impressive. His physicals have grown as well from a young 19-year-old to a 21-year-old now. But 27 goals, 19 assists. That's at 46 goal contributions. 18 and 4 for Blas, who's still rocking at 29 years old. It could be a possibility that we may have to look for somebody else. Ryder as well. 25 though, so he's still got plenty of time. 12 and 12, 10 and 1 for Guri. Oh, he is wanted as well. Southampton and Villarreal. Terrier, 30 years old, 43 games, 10 and 9, 10 and 10 for Sailmakers as well, which is pretty good. Vitic played pretty decent, 6 goals, 5 and 3 for Diouf as well in his first season. He did get some game time in the end, that's good. Santa Maria, 4 and 11, that's not bad from that position either. Goalkeeper, 63 goals conceded and 51, 15 assists. You know what, I'm not too concerned. He's only 26 years old. Looks pretty good actually, to be fair. We conceded the same as last season. Wow, okay. 11 clean sheets this time, 2 games more. Overall, the side is pretty good and still young. We've got a couple of players reaching the 30s, like Terry is now 30. Blas is 29. Do we look for replacements at this point? Santa Maria as well. Make way for some youth players. He did play 46 games. He's 32 now. He would be a player we would have to move on. He's unhappy, he wants a new deal. 32 years old, he could still do the business, but I don't know. So anyway, let's have a look at the money situation. Finances, £50 million yet again. We've got lots of money in the bank. I'm going to be greedy once more. I'm going to say final time, give me some more money. I know the next season hasn't rolled over yet, but it will do soon, so hopefully they might take that into account and boost that up as well. So we've been quite busy in the transfer department, especially with the players out. First off, we lose Brandon Soppy. He's gone to Real San Sebastian for £4.7 million. He wasn't getting much game time, so we decided to let him go and cash in on him really. Amara, he's gone to Club Bruges for 5.75. We also lose Santa Maria to Alte for £11 million. Money we just couldn't really pass up on. Victor Hernandez from the reserves, £2.5 million to Marseille, and Thibaut as well to Strasbourg, and another one Barry as well. So a few other players on fringe that we weren't using, so they've decided to go and free up some wages and pump some money into the transfer budget, because we had to renew quite a few contracts and they did take up a fair bit, and one in particular transfer did that as well. Our first of 2 transfers from Austria Vienna, we bring in Matthias Brunoda, £15 million, another DM. He can play midfield as well. Looks pretty decent actually, only 25 years old. Played a few, he's playing some games for us at the minute. I think we've actually locked him in, so he's getting the game time now, but more or less a DM. He looked really, really good when we first got him. It's a second choice midfielder anyway, so but good determination, positioning and stamina as well. And he's pretty quick too. So from Everton for £42 million, we bring in Jared Brathwaite, centre back, can play alongside Bolossian, and Vitic as well can play there also. So they're going to fight it out between themselves, but we have locked particular players in that we want to give them the game time, especially if we're defending our title for the final season. Only 25 years old, bags of potential still. He just looks really, really good, and I'm sure he can absolutely tear this league apart. And plus he's become our highest wage earner as well, £150,000 a week. Hence why we had to offload quite a few players. So I have actually put in a couple of players, Balassian, Branthwaite and Brunoda, locked in for this season. So they'll play as much as the game allows, unless they get injured, in which case hopefully they won't do. And I know a few people have asked how do you lock them in. So what you generally go to is you go to your profile, you go on holiday, and as long as you got them players in them positions, you tick these 2 boxes and they should play whenever possible. So if they're injured, they can't play, but while they're not injured, they should be able to. So far so good on the league front. We have drawn a couple of games, but however, we have won another trophy. We've won the Trophy de Champs. We beat PSG 3-2 with a Brunoda 81st minute winner. We were 2-0 up, 2-1, then we went 3-1 up. That was the deciding goal before Hernandez for PSG scored in the 86th to make it a little bit uncomfortable, but 3-2 trophy in the bag. So that's 3 trophies this season: the French Cup, the Trophy de Champs, and the league. So we have done the domestic treble of sorts. Can we add a European trophy to it this time? So in the league we beat Nantes 4-0, 5-0 against Reims. We did draw with Lille, beat Auxerre and drew PSG, which was a pretty good result actually. Branthwaite scoring in the 94th minute after Evan Ferguson scored for PSG. Champions League, we've drawn Juventus, Copenhagen, Lens, Bilbao, Chelsea, AC Milan, Real San Sebastian and Real Madrid. Seems a little bit harder this time round, but we'll see how we get on. And we are lying in 4th position. Still ahead of PSG on goal difference. Not the same as last season where we were 5 for 5, but I'm sure we can make up them points throughout the season. Well, we don't retain the title, unfortunately. We have a very good finish to the season, trying to catch up with PSG, and we miss out by 5 points. PSG just relentless, having just lost 1 game, and that was against Marseille. We didn't lose to PSG, but we lost to Marseille twice. So Marseille really doing a number on all of us. Did we draw with PSG? Twice. So a couple of wins there maybe, or even a win might have done something. But we scored 97 goals and only conceded 30 this time. Wow, that's incredible. I mean, it's another cracking season, and we're definitely picturing ourselves as the best of the rest behind PSG, that's for sure. And Lambord gets the golden boot for the season together with Wittner of Marseille. Ryder, most assists in the league. Salesmaker, one of the best players in the league. Connor Secchi as well. 15 clean sheets. Again, another successful season. But let's see how successful it can be and see if we have won any trophies apart from the Trophy de Champs. No. We'll come to the Champions League in just a second. We get knocked out by Saint Etienne in the 11th round of the French Cup on penalties after a 0-0 draw at home. Oh, that sucks. Even though PSG had to have penalties to get past Lorient. So who won that in the end? Marseille win it. Wow. Okay. So did they knock out PSG? They did on penalties. I mean, penalties is a theme here. The Champions League, we get all the way to the semi-final, being knocked out by Dortmund. 5-3 overall. Wow. 2-1 in the second leg. That's unfortunate. It was 3-2 in the first leg as well. So we lost both games. Arsenal lost to Barcelona, but just before we see who won the final, we finished top of the group. Oh my God. Losing 1 game to Real Madrid, but we won 7. Real San Sebastian. We beat AC Milan, Chelsea, Bilbao, Lens, Copenhagen and thrashed Juventus. Flipping heck. That is... We only conceded 5 goals. That's amazing. Pity we didn't go unbeaten though. So that put us through straight through to the round of 16. Where we played PSG and knocked them out 7-5 overall. 4-2 first leg victory. That is a fantastic... Wow, I didn't expect that, I have to say. Quarterfinals, we played Real Madrid and we beat them 3-2. Scraping through Dortmund, beating Leverkusen 4-2. And then that's where we came undone in the semi-final. Darn it. Almost there. Very, very close. But I'm getting closer. The final. Wow, that's how you win a Champions League, 6-1. And Dortmund, I think they beat us last time and got to the final and lost. They've done it again and they get absolutely smashed. To be honest, another good showing in Europe though. Our squad, which looks a little bit trimmer now, which is good. And Lambord, wow, he's started to look really good now. Up to £113 million worth. 32 and 10. 17 and 13 for Blas, who played really well. 16 and 16 for Terrier. 12 and 22 for Salesmakers. Wow. 10 and 28 for Ryder as well. Oh my God. That's just incredible. Everybody getting a hand in it some way or another. Our 3 players that we locked in. Brinoda, 9 and 7. Not too bad. 7 goals for Balassian and 7 goals for Branthwaite as well. I tell you what, I think we've done pretty well landing these players though. Balassian coming up through the ranks, I think. And our goalkeeper, he only conceded 50 goals in 52 and got 23 clean sheets. Just out of interest, money for next season. Well, it's not as much though, it has to be said. Although they got 87 million in the bank. Staffing wise, yeah, we've got the best apart from part of the goalkeeping training there. And let's have a look at the records as we normally do. So let's go to records. It's nice to see that we have got the Ligue 1 and another French Cup in there as well. And that was it. And the Trophy de Champs, our first one of that as well. So we do win 2 trophies for the first time ever. So that's brilliant. But let's get onto the records, see how well we've done. Highest league position, first. That is the first time. Now that's the highest we've been and the first time we've won it as well. Most league points in the season, 86. Fewest league defeats, 2. I mean, that's a phenomenal feat, that is. 98 goals, most scored. And what else? Highest attendance against Lille. Highest gate receipts against Juventus. That's in the season just gone. £1 million. Average attendance as well, which isn't too bad. Results. A lot of high scoring match. 5-4 against Marseille in 2026. Most goals by a player in the season, Lambord, 32. He's turned out to be an absolute cracking player. Looks really nice. Let's have a quick look at his progress. See how well he has actually done all time. Wow. I mean, they are phenomenal stats. That's brilliant. Highest average rating, sales maker 7.55. Oldest player 32, Santa Maria. Well done. Most goals by a player in the match, Blast 3. 24. Fastest score 24 seconds. Wow, that's phenomenal. Most assists by a player in the season, Ryder 28. Clean sheets, Karnasechi gets that. And most player of the match awards, 12 by sales makers as well. Oldest goal scorer, 31, Santa Maria. Sequences, 12 games won in a row. Matches without losing, 25. That's really good as well. And most matches without conceding, 6. And our highest transfer fee paid was the 42 million for Branthwaite. Right, that's where we're going to leave it. I mean, I hope you did enjoy that. We've won our first league, and we won our first league title, and we won our first Trophy de Champs as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you did enjoy this, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already for more content like this. And until the next time, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.